Hello everyone, this is Lata Akula. In this video, we are going to study about dicot stem, transfer section of the dicot stem. So in our previous videos, we have finished the transfer section of the monocot root and dicot root. Now we'll see the transfer section of the dicot stem and what are the different layers present inside this. So this is the transfer section of the dicot stem in the longitudinal way. This is the transfer section. If we see the structure of the dicot stem, the outermost layer is, as we have already studied in the roots, the outermost layer is nothing but the epidermis. But in stems, there is a cuticle is present, right? This cuticle is made up of a waxy material called as cutin. The cuticle is present in the outermost layer. Above the epidermis, this cuticle is present. We see the epidermis, it is outermost, and what is its another function? It provides protection to the inner layers. What is its function? It protects the inner layers of the tissue, and this epidermis, it is the single layered, only one layer is present in this. See, only one layer we have drawn, and from this epidermis there are several epidermal appendages will emerges. Those epidermal emerges we have studied in the roots, they are called as root hair, whereas in the stems the epidermal appendages were called as trichomes. The trichomes were also called as stem hair. And in some, this epidermal appendages in some young stems, in addition to these trichomes, stomata were also present, but in the mature stems the stomata were absent outside the epidermis. And another one is the cortex. So below this epidermis, what is present? Below the epidermis, cortex is present, and this cortex is several layered. How many? It is a several layered. It is present between the epidermis and pericycle. So where the cortex is present, it is present between the epidermis, this is the epidermis, and this is the pericycle. Between that, the cortex is present. This cortex is it has three zones. How many zones are present? As we have already studied in the cortex. And what are the three zones present in it? Hypodermis, general cortex, and endodermis. That hypodermis is absent in the roots, that's why we have not studied. Here in the stems, the hypodermis was present. So what is the next layer below the epidermis? The first layer of the cortex is nothing but the hypodermis. See this? What is the first layer of the cortex? Hypodermis. It is an outer area of the cortex which is just below the epidermis. Below the epidermis only the cortex hypodermis is present, and this hypodermis, it is made up of collenchymatous cells. In the dicots, it is made up of collenchymatous tissue, whereas in the monocot stem, it is made up of sclerenchymatous tissue. Here, as we are studying here, the dicot stem. Hence, what about the cells present in the hypodermis? They are nothing but the collenchymatous cells. That is, collenchyma cells are present in it. And here, what type of the cells? These cells are closely arranged. They do not have any intercellular spaces. See, is there any space present between the cells? No. Here, these collenchymatous cells, the intercellular spaces were absent, and the function of this collenchyma is that provides mechanical support. What is its function? Provides mechanical support in the young stems. And next to this collenchyma was general cortex. What is this? It is nothing but general cortex. This is the hypodermis. The next one is the general cortex, which is present below the hypodermis, and it is present between the hypodermis and endodermis. Thus, general cortex, it is made up of round thin-walled cells called as parenchyma. What type of the cells are present here? Parenchymatous cells are present, and these cells, they have the intercellular spaces. They consist of intercellular spaces. And next to that general cortex is endodermis is present. What is the innermost layer of the cortex? The innermost layer of the cortex is nothing but endodermis, which consists of barrel-shaped cells. What type of the cells are present? Barrel-shaped cells are present, and this endodermis, they consist of the cells of this endodermis. They consist of starch grains. What are present? Starch grains are present. Hence, this endodermis is also called as starch sheath. What is another name for the endodermis? We can also call it as a starch sheath. This endodermis is present between the pericycle and general cortex. And what is the next layer? What is the next layer? Pericycle. It is the it is present inner side of the endodermis. Where the pericycle is present, it is present between the endodermis and the phloem. This is the phloem and this is the endodermis. Between these two, there is a patch is present which is called as pericycle. Here, this pericycle, it is in the form of semilunar patches. Semilunar means half moon shape. Here we can see the correct shape. See this, we have drawn some semilunar shape, right? This is semilunar shaped structures are nothing but the pericycle patches. And below this pericycle, what is present? Vascular bundles were present. This is about the trichord stem. In the next video, we will study about the vascular bundles and pith. So once again, I will revise this. The dichord stem, what is the outermost layer? That is epidermis. The epidermis consists of a cuticle which is made up of the cutin substance, gives the protection and prevents the plant from the water loss. And the epidermis, it consists of appendages which are called as trichomes. And below this epidermis, there is cortex is present. And this cortex, it has three zones. They are hypodermis, general cortex and endodermis. The hypodermis in the dichord stem, it is made up of collenchyma which do not have any intercellular spaces and provide the mechanical support. And below the collenchyma, there is a parenchymatous, general cortex was present. And below this general cortex, there is endodermis is present. This endodermis, it stores the starch grains, hence it is also called as a starch sheath. And with this, the cortex is over, and inside this, there is a pericycle is present below the endodermis. That is between the endodermis and the phloem, there is pericycle is present. It is in the form of patches, semilunar patches. And next one is, and this pericycle is made up of sclerenchymatous cells. What type of cells are present? Sclerenchymatous cells were present. Next, we will see about the vascular cambium and the pith. In this video, we are going to study about the remaining part of the dichord stem, that is about the vascular bundles and the pith. We see the vascular bundles, where they are present. These vascular bundles, that is the phloem, cambium and xylem, they are present below the pericycle. This is the pericycle, right? Below this pericycle, phloem is present. Below the phloem, cambium is present and xylem was present. Inside that, pith were present. Here, the phloem to xylem was called as vascular bundles. We see this in dichord stems. There are large number of vascular bundles are present. See, very large number of vascular bundles were seen in the dichord stem, which contain phloem, cambium and xylem. If we see the xylem is situated inner side of the stem, that is towards the pith. The xylem was present, whereas the phloem is present at the at the periphery region. And if we see the xylem, which is situated inner side, and what is its condition? Endark condition. What is meant by endark condition? The protoxylem is towards the pith and the metaxylem is towards the periphery. That condition is called as endark condition. And these vascular bundles are conjoint type of vascular bundles. That means both xylem and phloem, they were arranged on the same radius. That is called as conjoint type. And these are open vascular bundles. Open vascular bundles means between the phloem and the xylem, there is cambium was present. What is the open? between the phloem and xylem, the cambium is present, that is called as open vascular bundles. Here, this cambium that allows the growth of the secondary growth of the plant. That means this vascular bundles, they are open for the secondary growth. Hence, they are called as open type of vascular bundles. And the characteristic feature of this dicot stem is they exhibits a characteristic ring-like arrangement of vascular bundles. The vascular bundles, they were arranged in the form of a ring-like pattern. And next one is pith. Here the cambium, see this cambium is present, right? This cambium, it will act as the meristematic tissue and divide and acts towards the periphery to the phloem and towards the center to the xylem. And next one is the pith. So where is the pith located? At the center of the stem, there is a pith was present. This is here. This pith consists of a large number of parenchymatous cells. What type of cells are present? The pith is made up of parenchymatous cells with the round shaped cells with a big large intercellular spaces. And this pith, it is otherwise called as medulla. Pith is also called medulla. This in dicot plants, the pith or medulla, they form pith rays or medullary rays. What is meant by pith rays or medullary rays? So here the pith, the parenchymatous cells present in the pith, that develops between the vascular bundles in the form of ray-like pattern. That ray-like pattern of development of this pith was called as medullary rays or pith rays. And this is about the dicot stem. With this we have completed the several structures present in the transverse section of the dicot stem. The next video we are going to study about the transverse section of the monocot stem. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, Lata Akula Biology Tutorial. Please keep watching.